So what I saw was what everybody saw with the, second greatest quarterback in the league. You know, arguably, you can go with. I'm not going to argue it, but we know Mahomes is the best. Arguably, Josh Allen's second best. He did everything he could. What I saw were the skill players not stepping up, not trying to be champions. Champions make the Diggs play. Hey, Diggs, you made the damn catch in Minnesota that I have up on my wall as the worst bad beat of my gambling career. You tell me you couldn't make that catch? Sherfield, got to make something, do something. I mean, my issue, and Cook, let's talk about Cook. I see the talent, but there has to be some accountability and consistency with him before he's going to, before you can just turn it over to him. He still coughs it up. He still drops the ball every game. I don't necessarily love his running style. A little bit of get what's given to him. I thought when they needed him in that fourth quarter a little bit on some of those runs, they were ugly. Now, I know they weren't blocked up great, but be a running back. I always use Shady McCoy. Put the Pitt tape on when he was at Pitt. There was no other players on the team. There was one guy that every team tried to stop, Shady McCoy. They couldn't. So my point is, when you're special, you'll find a way to get some tough yards. So I'm not, and I do like Cook. Like, I'm not trying to say, because you can see the game-breaking speed, the explosion. You see where he can help, but the consistency and accountability has to step up for him to be a champion. Drops are not signs of championship teams. Slop. That's slop.
That's
So
what we
anyway,
saw out of Kansas City all year. It was a role reversal.
and it's
Like
why
you've got
we
MVS making these
made
plays,
the catch. Made the catch.
and the Bills are dropping the ball.
So that's my take on that. And we talked about this last week before this game. And I said, this team is going to break up if they lose. Like this is the last run of this core of the core, the core group. We're going to see new names and faces next year. It has to happen. To your point, I think the ceiling, this team hasn't hit a ceiling because they have Josh Allen, but the current team, the roster, to your point, I think it hit the ceiling. I mean, it's enough. That wasn't good football. The quarterback was good football. The defense gave it everything they had. I'm not going to even overanalyze the defense. I will overanalyze that defensive line if you want to talk about that, because I think
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna say. I mean, hey, the defensive line was healthy, Jim.
healthy and invested in.
Yeah,
Where was the great Ed Oliver that I heard about all year that I keep trying to tell everybody a highlight play every now and then doesn't mean you're a dominant player? The guy jumps around blocks. He wins off the snap because he is crazy quick and he plays hard and he is tough. But man, he's not. Tyler, the difference between an Ed Oliver, who's just a rotational good defensive tackle, and possibly the greatest defensive tackle we've ever seen play football, you saw the impact of 95 Chris Jones. I tried to say that last week. I personally have always thought he's better than Aaron Donald, but we don't have to debate that. You're still just talking about the two greatest. What he did on that rush from defensive end, mind you, not defensive tackle. They put him out at defensive end because that's what you do with special players. He walked Dawkins right into him. That was the game. You can see the highlights 500 times. That was a layup. Josh thought it was a layup. The way he threw it, you could tell he was relaxed.
yeah.
He never thought Dawkins would get walked back. So anyway, point being is that's the difference I want people to think about. When you take a defensive tackle as high as Ed Oliver, don't set the bar that you're happy that you notice him. The bar should be dominate the game, make an impact play in the playoffs as a first round pick, and not disappear.